Hey, I mean, this is mainly for me more than anything, but uh, going on the journey that I'm currently on the way to become someone, it has become obvious that my next step needs a lot of conditioning and cardio. And since I have had my shoulder surgery, the first part of working out was just kind of regaining mobility and strength. And now this is probably my second month. It's been very static, basic strength training with a tiny bit of like bodybuilding, whatever, which is good. But I tested myself a couple of days ago, and listen, I have okay cardio naturally. I have decent cardio. I'm very, very good in intense things. So, for example, all of my muscles, I would assume that all of my fast twitch muscle fibers, everything that's to do with exploding and short outbursts of intensity, I say I'm good there, but you can guess me out very easily. And muscle endurance as well, not just cardio, like muscle endurance, overall conditioning. You know, I'm gonna fall apart. Say if I went to a tryout somewhere and they said do 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 squats, 1,000 jumping jacks, I'll do it, but that shit's gonna kill me. So I'm gonna change everything. I don't know why, but I've been obsessed with. Well, I get it. I've wanted to bench 4 plates naturally, 180 kilos. I want to deadlift 300 kilos. I want to overhead press 120 kilos, whatever. I've had these numbers that I've been chasing for a while in my head, but they don't mean anything. They don't mean fuck all. Why am I chasing the number? The only reason I'm chasing these numbers is for ego more than anything, right? Because I think, well, once I get there, I'm gonna look good and I'm gonna have something to show for. But where I'm going, the numbers you lift in the gym, not that they don't matter, but there's other things which are more important, right? If you look good but you can't go 5 minutes, what's the point of doing what you're doing? So the priority for me to succeed, the priority has to change to conditioning. It has to change to becoming athletic or more conditioned. Someone says go for an hour, I need to be able to go for 2 hours. So that hour's easy. That's what needs to happen here. But at the same time, still rebounding from my surgery and that year off, I still feel like I'm very, not skinny, but slim. I feel like I don't have a good build or the finished build yet. So right now I'm about 205 pounds. And not that I want to be 100, not that I want to be like 250 pounds or whatever, but if my main priority now is going to be conditioning, I need to make sure I'm not just losing all of my size that I barely have anyway to start with. So the conditioning I'm gonna do is gonna be muscle endurance more than pure cardio, but it's gonna be cardio in itself. So instead of, right now, Monday to Thursday, I'm doing 5-3-1. I go in and I do a huge fucking prehab warm up, do my agile weight for my lower body. I go in and I'll do my bench, my 4 lifts, a bench, front squat, overhead press, deadlift. I do them, and then I do some accessory work, some bullshit, and then I do some extra prehab at the end of the workout. Then I do some neck and I leave. They're like 2-hour workouts or whatever. Started doing some cardio every day with a kettlebell. It's a 50 pounder, 24 kilos. I think that's about 50 pounds. but it's a bit too heavy to get like a good workout in, to get like a good cardio workout in. It will still beat the fuck out of me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep gaining strength because that's very important, and I'm gonna get my safety in, and I'm gonna get my body balance in by doing certain things. But the main goal is gonna be conditioning. So currently I wake up, the first thing I do is work out, lift weights. So I'm gonna change that. I've actually done this before, and I used to labor, I used to construction. I used to work with my body all day, and then I would leave work, eat, and then go work out. And some days I would actually feel stronger at the end of the day, which is weird, but it's not weird, because if you spend all day conditioning your legs and basically greasing the groove, and you're basically spending all day warming up your legs and your grip. If you spend 12 hours with a fucking wheelbarrow and a shovel, at the end of the day, your forearms and your legs and your lower back is going to be so primed to lift something. So when you do conditioning before the workout, if you do conditioning and then you do your strength training straight away, you're going to suffer. If you do conditioning in the morning and your strength training at night, there's some benefit to be had there, because essentially you're going to spend the first half of the day greasing that groove, let the body recover, then you can lift weights. It's just like a big primer. So the first thing I'm going to do every single morning now is conditioning. I wake up and I'm gonna do my yoga routine, and then I'm gonna do straight into conditioning. Starting the conditioning isn't gonna have, because I'm not conditioned, so I'm gonna have a number goal, and then I'm gonna have a number goal, and then there won't be a time limit. And then once I can hit the number I want to hit every single day, then I'll have a time limit, and then I'll hit the number as quick as possible. It's going to be a very long process, but essentially I'm going to get myself from 0 to 1,000. For example, Monday will be push-ups. So Monday morning, I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups, and no matter how long it takes. And once I can start consistently doing 1,000, it will be 1,000 push-ups within this time frame, which I think is possible. And then that time frame will slowly get smaller and smaller, and then I'll be able to blast them out in a set amount of time. So I'm going to keep my 5-3-1 split as bench, front squat, overhead press, and deadlift. I feel like they're probably the most four well-rounded lifts. I prefer front squats to squats, because I feel like everything you're going to hit with a squat, you're going to hit with a deadlift anyway. I want some more on the front of my body, in a sense. So Monday bench, Tuesday squat, Monday bench, Tuesday squat, Wednesday overhead press, Thursday deadlift. So on a Monday before my bench, I'm going to do my bench at night time. So I'm going to go into the gym. When I go into the gym, it's going to be do your warm-up, do your upper body warm-up, do your bench, do your safety. So I have a rule of thumb. Every single movement, I got this from Olympics. I got this from Olympic trainers, and they talk, and it really makes sense when you think about it, but every single part of your body is a hinge system. The reason why people get injured for the most part is because they're imbalanced. It's because one side of the shoulder, usually your front side, is much more stronger than your rear side, because people love benching but they don't like doing rows, right? Another very overlooked one is your hip hinge, aka your core. So if people do 1,000 sit-ups all day and they never do anything for the extension, you're going to have a big imbalance, which is going to affect your hips and your lower back, which goes all the way down and up your body. Legs as well. So your knees, every time you do a squat, you should be doing one leg curl. So every time you're pushing with your knees, you should be doing one pull with your knees. And it keeps everything balanced. And then recently, everyone has kind of found out through Knees Over Toes guy about the ankles, even though it makes sense, no one thought about it. So every calf raise you do, or every jumping motion you do, you should be doing one tib raise, right? Extension and flexion, basically, for every single major joint. So in the morning, I'm going to have conditioning. And then when I lift weights, so I'm going to do conditioning but muscle endurance conditioning, I'll explain. So I have that first thing in the morning after yoga, and then at night when I lift weights, it's going to be my one strength lift. So let's say it's a bench. So I'm gonna do my warm up, I'm gonna bench, and then I'm gonna do my safety precaution body balancer workout after that. So it's gonna be a bench, then I'm gonna row, then I'm gonna train my neck, and I'm gonna leave the gym. And there's a lot of time midday, so like even midday I could probably do some jump rope, just for some extra pure cardio. So Monday, wake up in the morning, yoga, and you're gonna do 1,000 push-ups. Then later that night, the second workout of the day, we'll do bench 5-3-1, whatever's in the cycle you'll do. And then you'll do some rows, you'll do some neck, and you'll leave. My neck split, I think, is good if you do 5-3-1. There's 4 major lifts. So if you want to add neck, neck curl, neck extension. So neck curl, neck extension, neck sides, and a neck rotation, which is very overlooked. So that's this. That stuff, which kind of bulletproofs every kind of angle of the neck you can. Tuesday, 1,000 squats. So like I said earlier, when you do a squat, you should be doing a leg curl to balance it out. That's how you really bulletproof your knees, is by making sure these hinges, for the most part of your body, if you want to be bulletproof, the back side needs to be stronger than the front side. Just a general rule of thumb, if you don't want to get a shoulder injury, make sure your rear delts are stronger than your anterior delts. If you don't want to have a blown out knee, make sure your hamstring is stronger than your quad. Right? And it's, I would assume on the ankles, just make sure everything's balanced, right? But I know more about the knees and the shoulders. Definitely with the hips as well, though, you have all these people who have like this posture and this posture, like everyone's back's like bent, and that's because everything's stronger here and weak here, and everything becomes imbalanced. All of that shit, right? So Tuesday, I'm gonna do squats, 1,000 squats when I wake up, and then later that day, I'm gonna do my 5-3-1 for front squats. And then what I'm gonna do as my safety body balancer is leg curls. So rule of thumb, I always want to do more leg curls than I do squats, but I'm doing 1,000. I'm doing 1,000 squats here. So I don't know if I'm going to do 1,000 leg curls because it might destroy me. I don't have to do 1,000 rows for the push-ups because on Wednesday, I'm going to be doing 1,000 chin-ups. So push, and then I'm going to be doing the pull, right? So that's going to balance itself out. But with the squats, I'm going to need to make sure I do 1,000 leg curls a week to get up with the squats. So the first 4 days of the week, we're going to do Monday push-ups, bench, push-ups, conditioning, strength with bench. Very, very basic here. I'm not doing any accessories. I'm not doing any isolation. I'm not going to be doing any curls, any fucking whatever this shit is, what Johnny Bodybuilder does, right? Going to keep it very basic. And if I feel like I'm losing size, I'm not gaining size, then I'll maybe add in some extra shit. But for now, one movement conditioning, one movement lift, one movement safety, and get the fuck out, right? So Thursday, it's my deadlift day. So for my conditioning, I'm going to do 1,000 jumping jacks, which is probably the easiest day, conditioning wise. But deadlifts, I don't really want to take my body too much for a deadlift because there is such a big exercise. So 1,000 jumping jacks. Later that day, I'll do my deadlift. And what I like to do as a body balancer for the deadlift is do an ab wheel. So when you deadlift, it's you're bringing your body out like this, and the flexion is very much on the out. But when you have an ab wheel, the flexion is you start here, but the flexion is on the way up on the front of your body. The flexion is more here than here. So I feel like that's the closest exercise I can think to being the polar opposite movement of a deadlift. And when I say opposite, I mean it works the muscles on the opposite side of the body more. So jumping jacks, deadlifts with my ab wheel. So that's the first 4 days of the week, which are conditioning plus strength. And then the next 2 days of the week, the Friday and the Saturday, is going to be pure conditioning and cardio. So every morning I'm going to do my 1,000 conditioning. So it's Monday push-ups, Tuesday squats, Wednesday chin-ups, and Thursday jumping jacks. And then on the conditioning days, I'm going to be doing 2 exercises. I want to be doing 2 exercises to get more conditioning in, because I know when it comes to a tryout, I'm not going to be doing just 1,000 push-ups. I'll be doing 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 squats, 1,000 chin-ups, and whatever, you know what I mean? In the one day, plus more. So I don't just want to get used to doing one body part. So on my Friday mornings, I'm going to wake up and do 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 squats. And then I'll be doing as my main exercise for the day, I'll be doing an extended period of jumping ropes or skipping. So with that, I would probably like to do the conditioning in the morning, and then maybe like an hour of jump rope. Not an hour straight, but an hour session. And then what I like to do with cardio is not track how long you do the cardio, but track how long you rest. So if you have an hour period of cardio, what I like to do is I'll write on a piece of paper out of 60 minutes, and I would track my rest. So if I do an hour worth of jump rope, I have an hour session of jump rope, but I rest 20 minutes. I'll write 40 out of 60, and I know I rested 20 and I did 40. And then the goal is to get that more and more and more and more. So that's what I'll do. And then Friday, I'll do push-ups, squats, and jump rope. Saturday, I'll do my chin-ups, jumping jacks, and jump rope an hour again. And then Sunday is just going to be a big mobility day. So I'm going to do my yoga every single morning, and then I'll do my exercises to balance my body. But on a Sunday, it's probably going to be an extended yoga session. Some active recovery if I need anything. 1 second.